panels actually broke down that day. So like you cannot go on stage.
All those LED that they had,
Yes.
the LED panels.
And for me, when I have a plan, it has to happen. So it had to happen that night. So I ended up going into the second floor of the Lotte, the Charlotte Theater. It's a huge theater, and the second floor was like really amazing. So I took since I couldn't go on stage, I took it to the second floor. I knelt down, started proposing to her, and there was like 20 crew on the stage fixing the panel, and they're all looking up at us and like clapping and applauding. And so yeah, I bent down and said, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you," and she said yes. And
how did you call her out on the stage? What was she doing at the time?
That night, they finished, and then afterwards, I was picking her up and dropping her off at home, from like every night from then.
Oh wow!
And so yeah, just was picking her up. Told her I was going to come pick her up.
Wow.
And she was like, "No, you don't have to pick me up. I'm going with some friends." I was like, "No, I'm going to pick you up." So I think I was going to pick her up, a typical routine, and then. And from then, that's when history made itself. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what about this language thing together? Do you speak Korean in the household?
My wife speaks English, and I at that time spoke conversational-wise enough Korean, but. Of course, being with my wife 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, my Korean is just like got so much better, and her English kind of just stayed the same. So at home, we speak Korean together.
Okay.
So yeah, majority Korean.
So another addition in your family.
Yes.
Please share with us another addition in your family.
My little baby, she's going to be turning 2 next year. Her name's Taylor, Annalisa, and her Korean name is Kim Tae-rin. Just a little, next to my wife, she's the biggest joy in my life, honestly. Like, I love spending time with my wife, and right next to that, I love spending time with my daughter. She's like a spitting image of my wife and myself. Like, she doesn't look a lot like my wife. She doesn't look a lot like me. It's like a real good mixture. And I do like this Dream Team show with a lot of obstacle courses. It's like the Super Ninja show in America. And there's a couple shows around the world that are similar to that. And in Dream Team, it's been around for like 14 years, and I'm one of the main characters on there. And my daughter does these obstacle courses at our house. Whoa. Like, she'll climb up on things, and she'll stand up on things, she'll jump on the couch, and like sometimes she bangs her head, but then she just gets right back up, and it's like her balance and her athleticism. It's they're always joking. My friends are joking around like she's like the next dream team, the first girl dream team, ace hero.
She's practicing.
She's practicing, but yeah, she's the joy of my life right now.
Now, we've seen a picture on the internet of you and your wife when your wife was pregnant, and that was a lovely picture too. Beautiful, gorgeous picture.
Yeah, my wife and I, like when we did our wedding pictures, like I kind of stepped out of the box on that one too. Normally, wedding pictures are lovely and like they're very like precious and pretty, which. We did those pictures for the parents and whatever, but then I wanted to take a step forward and get out of the normal square box and let's do something different. And so I just came up with all these ideas for the wedding pictures, and like I guess people loved them, and like they were all over the place. They just kind of blew up, and so a lot of people copy them now, like taking the traditional Korean outfits. And normally, like, you're very, like, it's normal, but we kind of were doing like this, like, like jumping and laying down and sleeping, like some very crazy, pictures. And then with the wedding, or with the right before my wife had given birth, I was like, let's take some cool pictures. I mean, because I want to keep those. We're artists also. Right. I love taking pictures and photography. And my wife, she's always like, she's like, on the internet and look at the pictures, like, oh, what about this? What about this? And so, again, I got a photographer that I knew, and I was like, I'm like, messing with her hair and her outfits and everything. And, yeah, we took some really cool pictures.
Wow.
Like, some were kind of risque, and some of them were, like, not a normal picture you would see for, right before birth. And, again, it kind of just blew up. And so I just like to kind of, step out of the box.
Yeah,
do something
that's
different.
Really good.
Do something different.
You're an artist.
Yes, in all realms of the the field.
It's very good. That's
you.
a very good, a different perspective of looking at things too. Now we see you, as such a rugged man in the jungle, and then also Dream Team we haven't talked about in the last show. So share with us a little bit about the Dream Team and that kind of role, how that came in.
Dream Team is a very popular show here in Korea. It started 14 years ago. Was it used to get 40-some% ratings. Just everybody would sit down and watch this show back in the day. They brought back season 2, and I was watching it one day, and I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. And my wife knows that I like sports, and she's like, you should go on that show. And I was like, actors don't go on variety shows. And she's like, no, just go out. It'll be fun. So I called a friend of mine who knew the producer, and was like, they brought me in for an interview, and I was like, all nervous and everything. I was like, I think I can do a good job. And they're like, okay, well, we'll try it. And my Korean, I've never done variety before, as an actual, main guest. And so there's not really a script there either. It's kind of, just kind of go with the flow and follow what the MC does. And so my wife's like, just the sports side, I think you can do good. You can do great at, but the whole variety side, you probably can do good. So just don't say anything. So if you watch the first 4 or 5 episodes I'm in, I didn't say anything. Honestly, I was just like, I'll do a great job. I'm trying my best. 110%. That's how I was saying. And it was supposed to be just for one episode, and I went out for one episode, and I won the first episode. So they called me back for the second episode, and I kept winning the next episodes, and now I'm up to 23 wins, which is so far, I guess they call me the legendary ace, the legend ace. And so I've had the most wins, and I enjoy it because I love sports. I played football and basketball and track and field for 10, 15 years of my life. So acting, it's been 6 years. Sports, I'm on 15 years. So I feel really confident on the show, and I really enjoy it because I'm out in the sun, great weather, doing an obstacle course or learning some kind of we did archery, we did inline skating, we did all kinds of sports. So I would never have had the chance to learn them, and now I'm learning them with Olympic, gold medalists. So,
on television.
On television, and I'm getting paid to go play. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Dream Team.
Wow, it sure is. I mean, this whole world you're living in is almost like a dream for a lot of people. Really, married to a musical star, a beautiful daughter. You're in the jungle filming, and the Dream Team sports. And
I won't lie to you. I love my job. I love my life. I try to just be happy with everything that comes along. A lot of auditions, I don't make the auditions. Out of 100 auditions that I've went to, I've maybe only made 6 or 7 of them. Even for when it comes to acting.